Hi, welcome to the Soul Aligned Prosperity Academy community. I'm Erin Dragonsong, fairy godmother for your dreams. I'd like us to get to know each other a little bit, and I'd love to hear from you. What are your dreams, your challenges? To get us started, I'll share something personal with you, something I think we can both identify with. Because I know what it feels like to pour your heart into a vision, into a dream, trying to build something meaningful, something that utilizes your gifts and your genius, something aligned with your soul's mission on earth, only to feel hopelessly stuck. You're working hard, you're doing everything you know to do, but your business, it's just not taking off the way you'd hoped. And late at night, lying awake, you may wonder, am I even cut out for this? What if it never works? I get it, because I have been there too. When I started my first business as a spiritual teacher, I wanted to share my gifts with the world, to create something that would uplift the world, even if only in a small way. So I threw myself in, worked endlessly. I did everything I was supposed to do, determined to turn my soul mission into something that could actually support my family. But no matter what I tried, nothing clicked. It's embarrassing to admit, but I spent years stuck in that cycle. I kept telling myself, I just need to push harder, learn more, figure it out, do more. But all I was figuring out was how exhausted I was. And the worst part, I spent years I could have been thriving, stuck in frustration instead, trying to navigate the endless maze of strategies, picking up bits and pieces of advice from everywhere, patching together solutions, hoping that eventually something would click. But instead of clarity and progress, I just felt more and more like I was sinking in quicksand. Instead of moving ahead, every attempt I made just seemed to get me further stuck. And yet I couldn't let it go because deep down I knew my work mattered. And more than anything, I could not leave this life without giving my gifts fully, without stepping into the work and the person I was created to do and be. I realized that the only way forward was to stop guessing, to stop thinking I had to try to figure it all out on my own and do it all the hard way. So I finally took the leap. I invested in guidance, in systems, in training, and suddenly everything changed. Instead of struggling in the dark, I had a roadmap. Instead of guesswork, I had clarity. For the first time, I felt like I was breathing again, like the weight had lifted. And like the dream I had nurtured for so long was finally becoming real. I built Wicca Spirituality quickly into one of the most successful websites in the world, top 0.3% globally, earning six figures and helping thousands of people transform their lives. It was a dream come true. And most importantly, I felt free. My business was no longer running my life. I was living and thriving in both until everything fell apart. I had a severe health collapse that took me out for years, during which everything I had built withered from neglect while I was focused on my healing. On top of which, I kept getting signals from the divine that it was time to take my soul mission to the next level with a new offering. So I started over. But starting over came with a whole new set of challenges and a lot of the same challenges I went through the first time. I was terrified the money would run out before I could get this thing off the ground. We were pretty tapped out from my healing process. And I had to learn what worked now. But I felt lost in an even greater sea of online opinions and guru advice, trying to figure out what could actually work for me, for my mission, and for my values. And I kept battling this voice inside me that kept saying I wasn't good enough, and maybe this would never work, and that I'd missed my chance. Have you ever felt like this? It's a horrible feeling. One night, sitting at my desk, I looked over the latest notes from a 3-day business training that I'd been on, Yet another program promising to crack the code on success. Yet another moment of hope that maybe this time it would work. But as I stared at those notes, my mind suddenly flooded with memories of every failed attempt before this. Every training, every tactic, every moment I thought this might finally be the answer. Every time it led to disappointment and left me right back where I started. And in that moment, the weight of it all came crashing down on me. That was my crisis point. We as soulpreneurs often go through this exact cycle. We are willing to do the work. We are willing to show up. We take action courageously, even if we're afraid. But somehow, no matter how much effort we put in, we keep running into invisible barriers. Not for the first time, but harder than ever, the thought hit me, maybe I have to just give up. It was an intolerable situation. I couldn't get my business off the ground, but I couldn't walk away either. I couldn't bear to abandon everything I had worked so hard for. More than that, it meant abandoning the mission I knew I was here to serve. Because if I walked away, I wouldn't be the only one affected. Everyone who would benefit by my work and the whole world who was asking for what I was here to bring forward would go missing. And then like lightning, something hit me. This wasn't just my struggle. Every soul-centered entrepreneur I knew was battling the same invisible barriers, the same frustration, the same exhaustion, the same fear. And yet the world needs us. It needs the healers, the teachers, the guides. It needs people willing to step forward and share their genius. But if we keep shrinking, keep doubting, keep struggling, can we create the transformation humanity desperately needs? Do you know what I mean? That was the moment everything clicked. This isn't just business. This is the revolution. Soulpreneurs aren't just creating income. We are shifting the consciousness of the planet, elevating humanity. And when you thrive, your impact ripples outward, helping people step into their power, changing lives, and making this world more of what it's meant to be. And if we can't figure out how to thrive, this movement stalls. And I don't know about you, but I could not let that happen. That realization changed everything. I refused to let soul-centered entrepreneurs stay stuck, because every time one of us gives up, the world misses out on the healing, the transformation, the wisdom we are here to bring. So I made a decision. I would crack the code on what actually works for soulpreneurs, not just people selling all of the ordinary stuff. It's different, right? No BS, no cookie cutters, no inauthentic smarminess, just real clarity, confidence, financial flow, and the ability to make a profound impact with our gifts. And now, this is the work that fuels me every day. I wake up every morning lit up by the work I do, because I know without a doubt that I am fully living my mission, not shrinking, not hesitating, but owning it with everything I've got. Because I feel the peace of knowing I'm finally doing what I was born to do. I have never felt more myself than I do when I get to guide soulpreneurs, helping them step into their power, clear their blocks, and finally make their work visible and successful in the world. Because I see the ripple effect. Every time one of my clients thrives, they touch lives of all these people around them. They change the future. They bring more light into this world. This is the mission, the movement, the revolution, and it's happening right now. And I am all in. And that's why I'm here, not just to share my story and message with the world, but to help you share yours. Let's start simply. Please go into the comments below and let me and this community know, what is your biggest dream for your work? What is your biggest frustration? What is it that's holding you back? I would love to hear more about you because this is just the beginning. And what we can do together, it changes everything.